Welcome back to my channel. My name is Belle and this is the Belle Perspective, and today we're going to be reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 5, Episode 9, We Need a Resolution. Before I get into my review of the show, I want to give a special shout out to my subscriber, Yo girl. I am always looking for your comments, girl, searching for them in the daytime with a flashlight, girl. I love having conversation with you. I appreciate you. So I just wanted to shout you out again today. So thank you. Hope to hear what you have to say in the comments today. And for any of you who are viewers and have not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Hit the like button. Let me know what's up. And we can get down. Give me your perspective. That's what I'm looking for. I want to know your perspective. Not necessarily mine, but your perspective. Okay? Now let's get into this mess. Okay, so the episode starts with Destiny and Tiffany, and again I'm like, oh, so they friends? When did they get cool? But whatever, we're not gonna whatever. So it seemed like the show had a whole theme of blame Miss Wanda, and I take issue with that. And the reason why I take issue with it is because Wanda is the scapegoat. It's easy for people to place blame on Wanda this entire time for all of the actions and reactions that have happened on this show. While her behavior is inexcusable, I will say that you can't throw a rock and hide your hand all your life and not expect it to get hit upside the head with a brick. Do you know what I'm saying? All right, let's move along. Again, we'll talk a little bit more about that reoccurring theme with blaming it on Miss Wanda, because I was seeing it throughout the entire episode and it was really working my nerves. And we'll get into it. Okay, so Destiny is talking to Tiffany about how the event was with the grand reopening for Madani, and Destiny is basically telling her that things did not go well because they were uninvited guests, and that she should have thrown Mel and Stormy out like Mel threw Tisha out. And they flash back to Mel telling security, we got a problem here, security. And how Tisha was escorted out, and Kimmy saying, ooh, this is awkward, because obviously Kimmy went out with Tisha when she was escorted out, which was so embarrassing. So again, Tiffany is saying, well, we should be able to support each other and da 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 da. And Destiny is basically saying, listen, she came in, she didn't acknowledge me, she didn't speak to me. Now again, let's just clear this up. Destiny, Mel spoke to you, right? She spoke. She said, hi, Destiny. I need her to clarify her words and communicate better, because one, she either didn't hear Mel when she said hey, that's what she said later on in the episode. But I will say that Mel did not celebrate Destiny in the way that she should for somebody who is having a grand opening. Okay, it doesn't flow. It doesn't. And when I'm gonna hang Mel up on that cross, because she did not speak to that girl in the way that you would when you go into somebody's grand opening. Okay, now again, Destiny, you taking it too far, saying that the girl ain't speak, and it's got you looking crazy and not credible. Okay, so fast forwarding to Tisha, Maurice, Kimmy. Okay, Tisha, Marceau, Maurice, Kimmy. Marceau apparently and Tisha got into an argument the night after the brawl in the parking lot, brawl at Madani. And Marceau somehow was able to transfigure this entire situation about how he got into a fight with Martell as Tisha's fault. Now, what I don't understand is how he was able to Jedi mind trick her ass into believing that bullshit. I don't understand how he was able to do that. I don't know how he was able to just like flip things around and make it about Tisha or make it Tisha's fault. I don't understand how that even happened. So Marceau in the confessional, he was really pissing me off. When I tell you, I wanted to square up with Marceau so bad. Do you hear what I'm saying, girl? I was watching the show doing like this. Oh, I was right, like Marceau, square up with me. Listen, I stand 5'2". I'm a little bitty thing, but baby, if I could take Marceau down, if I could fight him, I would. Marceau he need his tail dragged in the street. Do you hear what I'm saying? All right. Anyway, we scooching along. We moving along. Scooching along. So Marceau's in the confessional basically saying that, I was able to have a logical conversation with Martell after we had gotten into our, issue. And we decided that, we don't need to handle ourselves like women. First of all, I'm tired of people assigning cattiness and fighting with women. You two were in the parking lot fighting, okay? And it didn't even need to be. Y'all didn't even need to be. It was there was no reason for Marceau and Martell to get into it. I don't understand. Okay, I mean, I get it by proxy because Tisha and Wanda, Mel, but if you guys are logical thinkers, then there's really no reason why y'all came to going to blows, right? So this is what Marceau said. Martell and I were able to have a conversation logically, like men do, and we were able to squash it. Tisha was not even involved. Tisha literally spent most of the time trying to tell her mother, back up, mama, you don't need to be getting into this. You don't need to be doing that. Now, I personally don't know anybody who would be able to sit down quietly while somebody disrespect their mama, whether their mama right or wrong. I personally don't know. Like, let me tell you something. My mama be wrong 7 ways from Sunday. Do you hear what I'm saying? My mother be wrong 7 days from Sunday, but you better not tell my mama she wrong, okay? You best not tell her she wrong. That's my job. That's not your job. And if she wrong, best believe you gonna hear from me. And if you getting up in her face and putting your fingers in her face, you gonna hear from me. Do you know what I'm, like? I don't know anybody who would allow someone to disrespect their mother, whether they're right or wrong. Period. That's just how it is, right? And so Marceau again is saying, oh, well, Tisha put me in a situation that's dangerous and da 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 da. Like, sir, Tisha didn't put you in no situation. and I get it. I understand what he's saying in the grand scheme of things. But I don't understand how he can turn around and blame it on Tisha. Clearly, Wanda is someone who has a mind of her own and does whatever the hell she want to do. Okay? And so I think that it's not fair to continuously blame Tisha for everything that her mother does. And I get it. I understand why somebody would. But at the same time, I'm going to be honest with you, Miss Wanda was minding her business for once in her life in the last episode. She literally was minding her business and Mel came to her with the foolishness, okay? So, I just really want to point out that fact that Miss Wanda was setting up for her food truck, minding her business. This one time she was minding her business. And Mel came at her with the bush. Like, Mel came to her with the bush. It was quiet. Nothing was going on. Mel literally came to the shop to start foolishness with Miss Wanda. And it didn't even need to go down. But we're going to keep blaming Wanda. So anyway, Marceau then goes and says, these women, again, him in the confessional saying, we men, we can, get together, we can talk about things logically, He did none of those things in real life. Sir, if you can logically think, why did you get into a physical altercation with Martell? It was no need. There was no need. When Martell walked away from you, you should have just let him walk away from you. Or you could have been able to talk him down logically, so you say, right? Have an exchange of words and be able to have a conversation with this man without it being the way that it is. Because I'd like to point out that you put your hand on him first. Marceau, you put your hand on him first. Then Maurice decided to come in and move his hand, and Martell pushed him off. So the Scott brothers are the ones that made first physical contact. I'd like to point that out. Okay, Exhibit A, the Scott brothers are the ones that made physical contact first. So if you're such a logical and reasonable thinker and you're not so emotional and you don't squabble in the street, you put your hands on somebody first. That was you. And we're just going to keep on going. So again, it's not as simple as letting somebody cuss your mom out in the parking lot, whether she's right or wrong. Because quiet as it's kept, Miss Wanda was minding her business before Mel brought her little scrawny ass up into that lady's face and got to pointing her fingers in her face. Okay. So anyway, then Marceau mentions that he's still considering doing business with Martell. He's talking about setting up shops in Madani. Now I'm really so confused with how I thought they weren't going to set up any salon booths in Madani because Destiny doesn't own the property and it wouldn't make sense. And I thought that Tisha had already made it clear that she did not want to have anything to do with Martell in the business. And so now he's going back and forth, dangling that, well, we can actually go back into business with Martell because, you know, he's a good guy. Again, Martell knows where the bodies are, and he is trying to smooth this relationship out as best he can. Tisha has a really great credit score, and Marceau is using it. Those are the two things that I got from that, okay? So Martell and Melody. Child, the biggest highlight that I got from this is Martell need a place to live. Do you hear what I'm saying? Martell needs a place to stay. That's what is happening, okay? He's about to be homeless, and so he's trying to milk wherever he can. He know he can't cuddle up to the Scots like he would want to because they ain't fooling with him. So his latest option is Melody. He's trying to be on his best behavior so he don't be homeless in 6 months, okay? So homelessness and delusion, okay, were the two main themes in this conversation, all right? So Melody says, you know, Miss Wanda came around the table and got in my face and started doing all this. Ma'am, what were you doing before Miss Wanda came around the table and got up in your face? and that's what gets me about Mel is that she likes to start at point B and not at point A. Like, they don't. And I love this. This is where I got it from. I got it from Kimmy. You know, I used to have such great respect for Kimmy. Kimmy said a while ago, you like to start at point A. I mean, you like to start at point B or C, but you never talk about how you got at A. What was happening at A? How did we get to B and C when you missing out on? How did we get to B and C? Because you missed out on A, okay? Mel missed on A, all right? She missed on A. She's skipping that, right? And so she came over to the table, started with Miss Wanda. Miss Wanda was minding her business for the first time in her life, okay? Minding her business, right? Mel comes around, starts going back and forth with Bernard Grady. Girl, this old ass man, he is old, girl, but whatever. Then she goes in, Miss Wanda insult her food, saying her food nasty and don't nobody want to show enough nasty food, and you better keep my kids' name out your mouth and all this other foolishness, right? So again, you mean to tell me that Miss Wanda is the entire problem on this show? Miss Wanda is bringing all the dark negative energy and everything else. It's just Wanda. Okay. So then Mel also mentions, why is it that Maurice is always getting into fights with getting into Marceau's fights? For the same reason Miss Van is always getting into fights for you and always speaking on your behalf and always cutting in and being in the business. Okay? For the same reason why Tisha and Wanda are the way that they are. For the same reason why Wanda jumps in for Tisha. They are family. They're going to defend each other. That is what it is. For the same reason why you expected Martell to have your back, because you literally were calling his name and expecting him to stand up for you. That is what was going on. See, y'all, that's the foolishness that get on my nerves about about Mel. See, she don't have a problem with the fake tomfoolery, the fugazi. She likes to give you this image that her shit is together, right? No matter whether it's true or not, okay? I'm not gonna go down that road. I'm gonna just say that Mel has a being phony problem, okay? And so Martell, again, being that he's going to be homeless in 6 months, it's yes, ma'am, you absolutely right. I can't believe she would do that. And yep, they brought up the kids, and I cannot believe you absolutely right, Miss Mary. You absolutely right, Miss Mary. That's exactly how Martell was looking. He was just agreeing with her. He wanted to go to Destin. He trying to move back in because he got no place to live. He trying to do what he could do because the wine ain't moving. He ain't got no license. He ain't got nothing else going on, baby. He grasping for straws, okay? Do you hear what I'm saying? So he'll agree with anything that Mel is saying just so he won't be sleeping on the street, okay? So you got to be careful. And the reason, and again, I'm like, Mel, why do you keep leaning on Martell for any type of emotional support? If he really respected you in the way that a real friend would, he would have never even treated you the way that he did. He does not respect you. And so the reason why he is agreeing with you and having your back, because he ain't got no problem telling people that he questioned the paternity. This is, anyway, I love in the preview how Tisha says, well, Wanda got it because of what you said from Carlos, and then also because of the foolishness that you put out for Dr. Heavenly. Nobody says anything about that part. Martell, you the one brought that out. You the one that said that. Martell quiet and hoping that he can shift the room and deflect. Child, I ain't got time. Martell I see you for your works. Throw him away, child. So Stormy and Tiffany, when did they get cool? Okay, it's like all these, when y'all got cool? Again, okay. So yeah. Stormy has a beautiful home. Beautiful home. She has pet horses. She has a beautiful dog named Shadow or something. I forgot what the damn dog name was. Ooh, forgive me. I forgot what Smoke. The dog name is Smoke. I forgot. I don't know why they named him Smoke. Well, maybe because he white. Okay, that makes sense. Anyway, beautiful home. And when Stormy was first introduced to us, I actually really liked her. If you go back to my other videos, I will tell you that I actually really liked Stormy. Really, really did. I didn't like how she was being more so a puppet for Mel, but I really respected her because she's a woman who seems like an around the way girl, but she's a businesswoman at the same time. And you don't have to speak you don't have to speak eloquently. You don't have to be a certain way to be smart and have business acumen. What to me Stormy represents diversity in business, if that makes sense. And I'm not talking about black woman business. I mean that business people come in all shapes, sizes, and forms. Everyone doesn't have to come from Wharton, right? Everyone doesn't have to graduate from Harvard School of Business, right? Everyone doesn't have to be able to speak intellectually and talk to you with $5,000 words. There are people who are actually business savvy who could talk to you just like every day, and they're extremely successful. And I love that that's what she presents. Now, I was side-eyeing her with the way she was carrying on at Galentine's. I was like, oh, I don't know if I ever want to have any of her products in my head. You know what I'm saying? But I still respect her. And so this episode, I really, 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 really respected Stormy. And I see that she put "That's What's Up" on her t-shirt. I'm like, girl, that's not about to be a thing. But anyway, so they talked about having a commercial for her business, talked about having another baby. I remember Stormy talking about having difficulties during her pregnancy. And so I would really hope that she would, and of course she is, but I just really want her to be careful, and I wish her the best in her journey as far as wanting to try to become a mother again, right? I just really hope that she, I hope that it doesn't go. I hope it goes well. That's what I'll say. because women actually put their life on the line to give birth, to replicate, to bring life into this world. And it is a true miracle. And man, Stormy, my hat's off to you, and I hope everything goes successfully for you. And I wish you and your entire family the best, because I loved seeing her. I really do. Still to this day, I love seeing Stormy. I really do. So, Martell and Chris. Martell, again, he looking for a place to live, okay? Chris is looking like, sir, I don't know how you gonna buy you a house. You ain't got no real job. You ain't got nothing else going on. You best hope that, cause Martell brings up the fact that Melody invites him to come to Destin, for a family vacation. So Chris is like, what is this reconciliation around the corner? And Martell's like, hey, you never know. Cause again, Martell don't want to be married. Let me take that back. Martell wants to be married. He definitely wants to be married to Melody, but just for the perks, because this is what it benefits him. You heard when he divorced Melody, credit score dropped. He was looking crazy in the street. Ain't had no place to live. Couldn't get a job because he ain't got no builder's license. I mean, the boy was hard. He was down bad. You hear what I'm saying? The boy was down bad. And so he's just trying to get back on his feet at this point. And so Chris is like, you better try to do what you can so you can get you a place to stay, brother. That literally was the conversation. Okay? Get you a place, cuddle up best you can with Melody so you can have a place to stay. Okay? So Stormy and Destiny get together. I was so excited to see this piece, because I really think that Stormy and Destiny could be friends, and I don't want to see them going back and forth over no foolishness. I really didn't like Destiny's energy in this room. Again, I feel like she wasn't speaking directly. I feel like she was being passive aggressive, and she could just be natural and tell the girl how she really feels. And I just wasn't seeing that with Destiny, and it just comes off. I don't want to say aggressive, because that's not what it was. It was just hostile. It was coming off bitter. And again, I feel like the reason why she's that way is because she feels like Mel and Stormy are women that are successful, and she wants to be in with them. And it's like, you gotta hold your own. You know what you have to hold your own in order for other people to respect you. And anyway, so in the confessional, Stormy was talking about going back to distribution. And so I saw a lot of comments. A lot of people in the comments were talking about the distribution, and that, Stormy has a distribution center, and you've got to be able to go through the distributor to get her products in your store, because Destiny mentions, I'm trying to get your products in my store. And Stormy shaded her and was like, I mean, have you capitalized on the fight at Madani? Because that's probably the most action you've had at your store. I said, oh God. Well, I mean, dang. And that's what I hate for Destiny, that she is continually being the laughing stock when there are ways that she cannot be. Like, she can maneuver herself so she's not the laughing stock, but she keeps carrying on in the way that she is, and it's just a joke, and it's craziness. It's pure craziness. Anyway, so they have a conversation. Stormy brings up, is there any way that you think that you can reconcile with Mel? Destiny tells her, hey, let's have our friendship, let Mel be on the side. And I feel like she still could have explained a little more as to why she feels the way she feels, because again, like, if you're hearing it's bits and pieces and you're not fully understanding what's really happening. And I just feel like, be open, talk about what's going on, because if you don't, then you're going to just be looking crazy like you looking. And I just hate that for Destiny. I really do. She's not my favorite. I don't really go up for Destiny like that, but I will say that I want everyone to do well on this show. I think the show is for everybody. I don't think that it's just for Mel and Martell. I think it's for all of these people. And I just don't feel like they're capitalizing. I don't feel like Destiny's capitalizing in the way that she can and should. Last piece, the highlight of the entire episode, Funky Dineva. We are here for the funk. I'm a part of the funky bunch. Listen, true Floridian, okay, because I'm from Florida as well. I'm from up top, though, from Jacksonville. He's from down bottom in Miami. But we love Funky Dineva. We are here for him, and he was a highlight of the entire episode. But when I tell you I couldn't wait to see him on the screen, baby, I screamed. Funky! That's funky! So, anywho, super excited to see him. But again, here goes that common theme. Listen, Wanda's a problem. You know, she can't come around here no more because you got to correct her. But here's my final thought, and I'm about to wrap up because I got other things to do. Here's my final thought. While Wanda is out of line and has no business being involved in this, Wanda did not throw the first punch. When the whole situation with Martell and Melody, Martell cheating and all this other stuff, Martell was the one that started the fight. And here we go again. Martell starting the rumor, causing all this confusion, causing all this issue, all this fallout, but somebody else is getting blamed. Martell said that Marceau has 20 girlfriends. Now, mind you, I believe every word he says. I believe that Marceau is cheating on him. We ain't no fools up in here, okay? I believe what the man said, okay? However, they had no proof. And so all they did was go around and spew all these rumors and make these insinuations. And every time you turn around, they spreading food. And we team ho and ho. We team ho. We team ho. And doing all this foolishness and spreading things around. Okay? And so because Tisha's mama is the way she is, she gonna put on her cape for her daughter. And so they're spreading all these rumors, throwing all these bricks with no proof. Like, that's my thing. If you have put the proof out there, like, we ready to see it, because we believe y'all. We believe you. But where is the proof? And if there is no proof or you're not willing to reveal it, then now all you're doing is just spreading false narratives. And so, because you're spreading false narratives, you can't get mad at them for fighting back with you. You cannot get mad at them for doing what they're doing. And again, Wanda's out of line. It should not be Wanda. But Wanda don't have no problem standing up for her daughter. Just like your mother has no problem standing up for her, for you. And so I don't understand how Wanda is the problem when it literally was Martell and Melody going around picking fights, literally trying to burn down the Scott's house because their house was being burnt down. And that's how it got started. That is how it started. And that's how it's going, okay? And I don't understand how people keep missing the fact that it's always Miss Wanda. Yes, she oversteps her boundaries. Yes, she says things she ain't got no business saying. Yes, she needs to go sit down somewhere. But let me tell you, so does everybody else's mama, sister, brother, cousin on this show. So does everyone else. They need to sit down and shut up. Martell needs to stop spreading lies because he's the main one that's causing all the chaos and the confusion in the show. And I'm not understanding how the blame and the responsibility is not being put back on him or back on Mel where it starts. It's always back on some other auxiliary person that don't even really matter in the grand scheme of things. Because if Wanda leaves the show, what else y'all got going on? What else y'all got? Nothing. Y'all have absolutely nothing. And that's the reason why Mel showed up to the episode, showed up to Medina, because there's nothing else going on the show. But that's just me. That's just my perspective. That's just my opinion. Okay, y'all come here for the Bell perspective, I'm gonna give it to you. That's how I feel. If you disagree, you have a different comment, I know you'll get in the comment section and let me know. And I have no problem with that. I appreciate it. I really do. Anyway, that is it. That is all. My name is Belle. This has been the Belle Perspective. And if you've watched this video all the way to the end, you might as well go ahead and like the video and subscribe to my channel. We are a growing channel. And I always love to interact with my new subscribers and anybody who gets down in the comments and has anything to say with me, whether I got to windmill, square up with you, whatever I got to do, I have no problem doing it. I love the commentary, love having conversations with you all. As long as you're not disrespectful, I appreciate your opinion. Anywho, with all of that being said, you have a wonderful day and you take care.